What's next? Well, it's crunch time. Okay, we got, what, 7-8 months left. I think it's all hands on deck right now. The biggest things that we're pushing are getting the buy side educated, so making sure that they're fully understanding all of their responsibilities and not just relying on their vendors. Vendors are going to be there to support them as much as possible, but the regulations are very, very clear that it's your responsibility. We are not going to be able to come in and do everything for you. We need to work with the buy side. So there's a lot of emphasis on having them look at things like their own transaction reporting and understanding how the transaction reports should be constructed, so that when we start working with them, they know as much as we do and we can interpret them together on the same wavelength. Otherwise, we're going to get things wrong and they're not going to be happy, and vice versa. So transaction reporting is kind of a big area for us. They should be working with arms. They should be selecting their arms right now, if possible. They should be looking at trade reporting, whether they're going down the delegated trade reporting route or whether they want to hook up directly to something like a smart report router or an APA and have someone else do all of the filtering and logic. For best execution, they should be looking around at all of the great technology that's here today and looking at which ones suit their business, because there is no one size fits all. They should be looking at tools for pre-trade, in-trade analytics. They should be looking at their post-trade provider, and then they should be looking very closely at their own internal processes, because it doesn't matter what you've got, what kind of tools you've got, if you haven't documented how you're doing it, and you're not following those processes and having the management oversight, you're going to be in a bit of trouble. So again, that's part of the education that we're trying to do for our clients. And the third thing they should be doing is really getting to grips with the commission unbundling, whether they're going to pay out of their own P&L or whether they're going to go down some CSA RPA type arrangement. We're seeing guys in Europe be really, really good on that front now, across the board on MiFID. The US is starting to pick up and sit up and pay a lot of attention. We just did a webinar to our US client base last week, and the response has been really phenomenal. They're really getting involved right now. And whether or not that's because they have a European arm that they need to do transaction and trade reporting for, or whether they're looking to adopt the best execution and the unbundling practices from Europe, we're seeing both things.